they'll be calling you a radical. I want to talk about activism. I want to talk about Yellow and Black Friday, November 29th to 30th, all over the world. Now what we're up to, this could be one individual. Now there's stuff set up all over. You know, you go to our Facebook page, we'll start to show you where Thomas Ackermann's going up to Bruce in Canada. I'll be in front of the Livermore lab at Berkeley. Karen and Lenny and Jill in Maryland. Sam Bell out of Pilgrim in Massachusetts. There's a group in Kentucky going over to Y12. You know, but when you go protest, your signs are important. I like the homemade signs. I love, when my kids were little, I used to go out to the Energy Solutions dump site and protest all the time. I went out there in critical condition. We'd make the signs on our kitchen table, you know. I think it's such a great learning experience. I love the home. I let the kids make them. They're so great. You know, we want to say Chernobyl, Fukushima, the site. You know, do what you want to do. You know, this is your gig. This is a chance for one single individual. And stand on public. Don't go on their property. Fuck them. Stand on public property. Get your photographs. Get your videos, especially if the weather's cold. You know, have some fun with this. Have your protest inside, have a beer with each other, you know, meet some other people, you know, organize, maybe have lunch together, you know, in your homes, whatever. You know, this is about, because the days of having a protest, showing up and calling the media are gone with the waggle, because the media is not our friends anymore. The media is our enemies. The media is our Uncle Toms that are trying to kill themselves. The media is a weapon. We are the media now. They're not media. Now I'll prove that. Okay, Paducah is hit by a tornado in Kentucky. That's a big, big, big story. Even if there was no fuel dispersed out of that. 20, 30 years ago, it would have been the lead story on every major media. It would have been a giant wake-up call, because it is alarming. Now, was it spewed? My guess, yeah. I mean, if their lips are moving and their fingers are typing, they're lying. Remember when Feman went into Chernobyl, those girls took their clothes off, people didn't know the story of Chernobyl. As people think being an activist is to be radical, when being an activist is to be logical. Then they'll be calling you a radical. Nadia in Russia. Why? She's in prison. Now the women are only forced to sew 8 hours a day in her prison instead of 16 because of her activism. Everybody thinks she's a radical when she's logical. This is the logical thing to do. So we'll build the media, we'll build the Facebook and the webpage, which we already got, and your photos will go up. And everybody say, whoa, because people don't realize these monsters are right in their backyard. We have to start at the bottom. The post-ignorance generation, the under 35, they're starting to get pissed off. They should have been pissed for a long time. There's movements going all over. I'll tag some of the people that I know are doing what. Pilgrim's had huge protests out there. The moms, the Japanese moms have been going out there. Sam Bell out there. You know, Oyster Creek, wow. You know, as you guys know, they've been following me along, and I want to talk about my path. Look, you people that think you're going to watch a YouTube video and know me and understand me and get it, good luck. I've lived this for 53 years, almost 54, every single day. My father, a drafted Marine, was nuked in the Nevada test site, human guinea pig off Pendleton. I mean, right at the blast, almost killed him. I was conceived later. I have a twin sister. We were born extremely preemies. Birth defects all over. Neither one of us should have ever lived. I mean, we've struggled. I fought and struggled. I mean, in hospitals, in and out when I was a kid. I mean, what it did to me. Watched him have these violent, incredible seizures. I mean, this guy was a human specimen. I mean, unbelievable. Just a beautiful, beautiful. Watched him die in the prime of his life, the most healthy man. So I used to eat, sleep, drink it my whole life. Here in Utah, mentored by the likes of Carol Gallagher, who came here, American Ground Zero. Wallace Stegner came here. Edward Abbey, these are the people. This was Utah. This was Ground Zero before the passive-aggressive masquerade party started. Dirty Herbie and the mass murderers. The Mormons have turned into passive-aggressive devils and call themselves Christians as they poison and mass murder their own and they accept cancer. I've watched it my whole life, but then 7 months after Fukushima, I went crazy, screaming and yelling, it's going to give you leukemia, I got AML leukemia, and I want everybody to know, all you armchair doctors, this is AML leukemia. There's no cure. You think you're going to take an injection of vitamin C, smoke some weed, have some bacon. It's like taking a pea shooter to a freaking drone fight. I lived in an acute bone marrow transplant center for 269 days in critical condition. I had no chance to live. In and out of a year ago right now, in and out of a coma. It's horrible. Went to from 170 to 130, so I used to eat, sleep, drink it. Now I literally sleep with it. The wolf's been on my neck. People shouldn't be saying, oh, Kev, here's the cure. Call me up, talk to this doctor. They should be coming to me and say, I mean, this is the arrogance of the American populace. This is what we're up against. They should be calling me and say, Kevin, how did you do it? You defied all odds. But no, they call me and say, hey, I know this snake oil sells it. This is the arrogance of the American populace. But am I sick and tired of the sheep? I can't stand the fucking sheep. They make me sick. Fuck the sheep. But here's the problem. The sheep affect us because popular opinion shapes policy in this country. So we have to be leaders. We don't want the sheep. This is a new brand of leaders, a new brand of activists that have been born out of the Fukushima fight. Andrew down in Melbourne, Australia, his gig. There's a bunch of fighters down in Australia, great ones. Lonnie Clark at Oregon State at that reactor will be setting up shop. Georgia, North Carolina. I'm going to tag this link to Dave Parrish, Operation Save the Earth, as he's done about Megan Rice. You know I've been calling a lot of attention. That's where I met Megan Rice, in Nevada, in my protest. Know this, especially you people in Utah, you know. Somebody call me up. You want to go do a little gig before this, before I fly to Berkeley? Let's go out to the energy dump sites and do a little one. I've been out there lots of times. I know right where to. I go out there by myself. You know, people as Brannon tagged this great thing. He says, yeah, go have a beer. I guess I'll do it by myself. Yeah, well, that's what I've done for freaking 20, 30 years. I've protested on my own, by myself. But that's what social media is for. That's what YouTube's for. That's why we're doing this, because you're not alone. We're all in this together, even though it's one person standing in front of a plant with that sign. And so people can call attention. And the sheep don't want to let the sheep be the fucking sheep. Not us. That's not us. You know, we play a different game. Because we're the people that love humanity. We're the people that want to take our humanity back. You know, they can beat us down and they can kick our teeth in all we want. You know, and so many people, they get mad and they protest. We have answers. You know, but first we have to call attention. We have to educate the sheeple. Because they don't even, you realize you've got a whole generation. When we grew up, we have no excuses as baby boomers and echo boomers, because this was a major subject matter. And they lied to us, said this could never happen, would never happen. Chernobyl happened, Fukushima happened. They lied, that's all they do is, we know better. Because we grew up, this was the #1 debate in all of the world. The 60s and the 70s. Because I lived to tell, 1986. Chernobyl, Chernobyl, Chernobyl. But the post-ignorant generation, they've never been exposed to this, so they don't know that these things are sitting in their backyard. They don't know the dangers of this thing. They don't know that these nightmares are happening all over. They don't know that they are mass murderers called cancer. They don't know. So we have to start over. We have to educate our children. We have to educate the young, because the young people are strong, the post-ignorant generation. You know, look what we handled them. 17 trillion in debt, 0% history, fairy tale, competing with slaves, no jobs, freaking debt, wiped them out, poisoned their environment. They should hate our guts, which they will. They will. But they want them to know that there was at least a few that fought for our children and our grandchildren. Like I said, the mom's been out protesting at Pilgrim. They've been out there. Sam Bell's been out there. They've been out there all year. You know, it's been on the list of the top 5 most dangerous. You know, Sherry Lutt's up there in Michigan. There's a lot of people organizing, but you can do this on your own. Get your photos, get your videos, then post them. Get them to us, to our website. We'll have it all set up by then where you can just click, boom, you're there. We'll build and organize around this. Kevin Blanch, stay untuned. Yellow and Black Friday, the 29th and 30th of November, all over the world. Nuclear reactors, nuclear dump sites on your street corner, I don't care. Chernobyl, Fukushima, your backyard. Stand tuned.